everyone, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while since I've done a sit-down video like this one. I think the first one that I did was when I talked about the steps on how you can get here with a study permit. And so I thought, why don't we do something more spontaneous and more interesting? So today we're gonna do a get ready with me video with a bit of a life update and a kwentuhan session because I realized when I was watching that video, I told you guys that it was so worth it to go here, but then hindi ko naman explain why I said that. So today I think it's a good time to share with you guys how it was when we got here versus where we are at right now. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Okay, so today I don't have anything on my face. I just have my moisturizer and my lash extensions. Honestly, I don't have anywhere else to be. That's why I'm in my workout clothes. I'm gonna use my face mist. This one is a face mist that I made out of witch hazel water and some essential oils that are good for your skin. I have this Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. I saw this kay Redmond Rock and I love how it made his skin look so fresh, and honestly it's so good. I'm not really a fan of matte products, so I like products that make my skin look glowy. I put a pea-size amount. So where do I start? Can you believe that it's been 2 years since we've been here? We got here December 2018. Time flies so fast. There are a lot of things that happened to us. Most of them are good. I wouldn't say anything bad happened, but of course there were challenging times. Coming here, I wasn't nervous. I was more excited than worried, and JM was the one who was a bit worried. But when we got here, ako yung nahirapan mag-adjust and JM was the one who was thriving. So at first, yun nga, I started my school, diba, January 2019, and then at first it was okay. I was very hopeful na parang, kaya ko to. 10 months passed. Bumigat ng bumigat yung workload kasi I took up international business, right? And it was a 1-year program when it was supposed to be 2 years. So they just squeezed it in for a year for international students like me. Ang bigat ng workload kasi nga kinompress nila into a year. It was a struggle kasi honestly, it wasn't my first choice. I mean, I'm interested in business, but my heart wasn't really into it. We honestly chose it because it was the practical choice to make. Also, I'm not a numbers person. Then ako magaling sa analysis. So I really struggled with the program kasi we had accounting, we had finance, we have a lot of business subjects that are new to me. When we got here, in less than a month, si JM naman started to work na agad. He got a job. He was part of the support team of this company called Skip the Dishes. So, para siyang Uber Eats or Grab Food. Ano ba yung mga challenge namin? Oh, getting around during winter. I swear, I didn't expect na yung winter here would be that intense. In a way na it's -40, umabot yung weather, and we took the bus to get around. So si JM nagbabus to work, tapos ako naman bus to school. And yung schedule ni JM before dun sa first job niya was iba-iba. Minsan meron siyang mid-shift, minsan meron siyang night. When you're here kasi, tapos nagko-commute ka, kahit madali yung public transpo, pag winter, you have to wait kasi may specific schedule yung mga bus. And although may mga bus stop na heated naman, it's still cold outside. As hindi mo gugustuhin lumabas. So that was a struggle for us. So anyway, after my primer, I'm just gonna conceal my under eye area kasi that's one of my problem areas. I'm gonna use my one and only concealer. This is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I've tried a lot of concealers over the years. Nothing really was good enough for me. But when I tried this one, hindi na ako nag-try ulit ng iba kasi I like how it's very moisturizing and hindi siya nagki-cake. There are times dumudugo yung hands ko sa sobrang lamig kasi I forgot my gloves or yung boots ko hindi kaya yung lamig. Yun na yung mga challenges, and also being away from our families, especially my sister and my brother kasi sila yung naiwan ko back home na talagang lagi kong kasama. It was an adjustment. With those challenges, there are a lot of learnings too. I got a lot stronger mentally and emotionally. I remember, nag-school ako, talagang dinidread ko kasi I was struggling so much. Bago kami matulog, I would cry kasi dinidread ko pumasok kinabukasan. Ang bilis magdilim dito. The weather was very gloomy, super lamig pa. Tapos pupunta pa ako sa mga classes na ayaw ko naman. But, you know, it was just a 1-year program. So sabi ko sa sarili ko, just keep on going, do your best, and everything will pay off in the end. I think my motivation nung time na yun was JM. Just looking at him and just seeing him like really growing and thriving, I was in awe. Parang sobrang na-inspire ako na if he's doing so well and trying his best for the both of us, I should do the same. And at the same time, things started to fall into place, and that's good kasi we keep on seeing this light at the end of the tunnel, so we kept on going. But before I go to that, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. Since the pandemic started, I haven't had a chance na ipaayos yung kilay ko, so they're very sabog. Usually for my eyebrows, what I do is I have the Anastasia brow wiz, which I use to line my eyes. What I do next is I fill them up with this K palette lasting two-way eyebrow liquid. So I use this end part to fill them up kasi it's the powder part. And then after that, I use this Glossier Boy Brow to just set everything in and to make my eyebrows look fuller. But that sounds like a lot of work to do and I have nowhere to be, so let's just stick to one product. This one I use every day kasi it's very affordable and it does the job din. So yun nga, si JM is very lucky with his career. Starting when we got here, what I love about JM is he's a very hardworking man and he's a go-getter. He just tries to see what is out there. So kahit okay yung job niya, he applied to this non-profit organization. That organization deals with the youth. So he applied as a software specialist for that org. And ayun, he got it. So March 2019, he got a new job. That's his second job na. And we're very grateful kasi that job was able to support the both of us. And because of that, we were able to move out from our friend's house. Kay Kat and Davis, we stayed with them since we got here. So we stayed there for 3 months. And by that time na JM got this software specialist job, sabi namin, you know, maybe it's time to move out kasi it's been 3 months na din na we've been staying at our friends. So, yun, we are fortunate enough na we can move out to a new apartment. So, that's our first apartment. It's a 1-bedroom apartment. I was still studying, so si JM lang yung nag-earn. Sabi namin, it's the wise choice to make. That was April 2019. It was a routine for us. So, JM was working and I was schooling. It was easier na to commute kasi by that time, spring na, papunta na sa summer. So, it was warmer and it was sunnier. And what happened next? I think the next milestone was September 2019 when I was almost done with school. In my program, there was a practicum na kasama. So, it's a 1-month internship with a company. And then, luckily, napasok ako ni JM dun sa company that he's working for. So, I worked as an intern there for the payroll team, and sakto, big project sila na they need help with. So, I got in as an intern September, and at the same time, sabi ni JM, you know what, I think dahil you're almost done with school, it's time for us to get a car. Kasi nga here in Winnipeg, cars are really a necessity. Hindi siya yung parang want mo lang, kaya kukunin mo siya. Talagang kailangan mo siya to get around kasi the weather first of all, and mahirap naman umikot ng city na lagi ka lang nagbabus kasi it would take you sometimes 3 buses to get to where you need to be. Like for example, when we need to go to IKEA or when we need to go to the grocery, we need to take buses, and mabigat dalahin. Si JM kasi is very good with our expenses. He has this spreadsheet, so we keep track. We buy what we want, but at the same time, we're very practical with our decisions. So, everything went well for us. Hindi kami yung parang, oy, don't buy this, magtipid tayo, ganyan-ganyan. Hindi namin na-feel yun. And we're very grateful that we experienced that when we got here, kahit si JM lang yung nag-earn. So, we got a car September 2019 and wow, sobra yung relief na meron kang vehicle na takes you from point A to point B. Mas na-enjoy namin yung being here kasi I've done with school. Kasi nung school, grabe talaga, wala akong weekends. Even on weekends, nagpupuyat ako just to get things done, just to study. And sometimes, we stay at school up until 8 p.m. My classmates who are now my friends really supported me. And I'm very grateful kasi they're my support system when I was schooling. Lalo na pag finance and accounting, they would stay there with me just to tutor me and make sure that I get everything. So yun, where was I? Nawala na ako, pero yun nga. I graduated October, natapos na ako na internship. I finished internship, sakto. A week before, inoferan agad nila ako ng position in the company. So I didn't have to apply for jobs elsewhere and I took it kasi it's additional learning for me even though hindi siya yung para talagang gusto kong gawin in my career because I was hired as a payroll administrator. I thought additional learning is always good so I can put that in my resume kasi I've worked in the HR field back home so adding payroll to that would be really good for me too. So I tried it and I accepted the offer. So yun, naging workmates kami ni JM ever since October 2019. And then, yun, na-experience namin na to really enjoy being here kasi pareho na kami nag-earn. We got to go to Calgary. We went to the US for a vacation. So, before I go to my next kwento, the next step that I would do is I'm gonna put some cheek tint. I have two products with me. These are the only blush that I have. It's the Sunnies Face Airblush in the shade Disco. Also, Glossier's Cloud Paint in the shade Beam. I'm gonna go with the Sunnies Face Airblush. So as I was saying, yun nga, na-enjoy namin yung being here when I finish school and also the company of each other kasi naka-focus kami sa isa't isa. And the work dito is really good kasi once you clock out, hindi mo na dadalhin yung work sa bahay. They really promote work-life balance. Can you believe it na even the malls here are during weekdays, magko-close sila ng 8. And then on weekends, they close at 6. Which is baliktad kasi diba usually sa atin, pag weekends, dun sila mas mahaba. Here, they prioritize family time. So, on weekends, gusto nila don't work too hard. Usually, my establishments are closed early during the weekends. And I like that about Canada kasi they really value family. I have my pimple here na won't go away since I started wearing my mask. But today, let's conceal it. Ayan, medyo nawala. I'm using the Young Living Cinnamint Lip Balm. I like it kasi it has cinnamon and mint. I like that it doesn't leave a sticky feeling. And that's what I look for in lip balms. I actually have this eyeshadow palette from Tarte, but I don't know how to put eyeshadow on today. Just for the sake of putting this on, I'm just gonna go with the lightest shade just to make my eyes a bit brighter. So I'm gonna pick Whisper. I'm just gonna use my finger because I don't have a brush. Next, I would just fluff my eyelashes. I like my lashes to be done kasi it really makes that difference when you have them on. I skipped the foundation, but I have two foundation products that I use. I have the Benefit Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow. I like this because it's very lightweight and it has good coverage too. But when I want something like really, really light, like parang wala ka nilagay but you're glowing, I use the MAC Next to Nothing face color. So usually I just use lip tints, but maubos na yung lip tint ko. I only have Sunnies Face lipsticks kasi sila lang yung gusto kong lipstick na na-try ko. They're very lightweight and even though they look matte, they don't feel like matte. Today, I think I'm gonna go with Vacay. I think I'm just gonna use this face mist again. We are done. So I'm gonna continue with my kwento without all the fuss of doing my face. So where was I? Oh, and I forgot, we got here to our new apartment April 2020. We got to a new apartment kasi it just made sense. Nalaman ni JM na may bagong apartment dito na we would be the first tenants, and at the same time we were looking into a 2-bedroom apartment na din kasi nga I was working na din, so I can help JM with the expenses. And we were also thinking na, you know, if we bring friends and family over, we have a room to spare. I think I made a vlog about this apartment, an apartment tour video. Aside from moving into a new apartment, I think another milestone is that there's this opening in this company, which is a well-known company here in Canada. What I admire about JM is he's a go-getter. He wants what's the best for us. Pag may opportunity, he grabs it. And so he applied for this position. This position, parang 2 hours away from the city. And then he got it, which is I'm not surprised because he's awesome. I would just like to take this moment to appreciate him. Like, I remember when we worked together, I mean, I know him as a person, but just like seeing him in a professional setting, minsan I catch myself like nakatingin lang sa kanya and I'm just so in awe. Kasi when we got here, he wasn't comfortable talking to other people. Now, he facilitates meeting, he organizes meeting, he directly reports to the CFO and the CEO. So, grabe yung growth niya. So, he got the job. There are discussions to be made kasi syempre it's 2 hours away from me, and yung 2 hours away na yun is not like the 2 hours away from back home, like for example QC to Makati or QC to BGC na 2 hours siya kasi it's traffic. Yung 2 hours dito is like talagang malayo. He has to relocate. He was very worried, not for himself but for me. You know, growing up, I always had my sister with me, beside me, and si JM naman, when we started being together 2009, he was my person na talaga. So I'm not proud of it, but I'm dependent on others. So, it's gonna be a big challenge for me. And, syempre, knowing JM, ayaw niya ako iwan. But, you know, I think I couldn't live with myself if I become a hindrance to that dream of his. Kasi, he really deserves it. More than anything else, I want to be his supporter. Even if it's gonna be hard and scary for me, the only decision that I'll ever make is to support him. And it's also gonna be good for me too kasi I'm gonna grow like on my own. If it means na JM will get what he wants and what he deserves, hindi ako magiging hadlang dun sa mangyayari na yon. So we decided na let's just make it work. He's gonna relocate there, and during weekends, uuwi siya sa akin dito. So what happened is funny. I got a call, I think last week, from my job. I'm a casual employee, so that means I'm not entitled to full hours. Pero nga kasi kailangan nila ng help ko. When I started as an intern up until this month, I worked full hours. So I was like full-time employee then. But they called me and then they told me na they would be giving me less hours kasi nga the project is almost done. I guess they wouldn't be needing my help that much na. It's fine, it makes sense, and also I think it's a blessing in disguise din kasi we have this talks na din of what I really wanna do. I'm a type of person na ang motivation ko is when I feel needed and when I help out others. And I think mas mafulfill ko yun if I'm not on a desk job, if I'm not on the back end, like if I interact with people. Maybe that's why I took psychology talaga kasi that's where my heart is. So, we were toying around with the idea of me going back to school again, but this time with a program that I really like. Like for example, we were thinking of nursing or like social work kasi I think I just really need to get that sense of fulfillment by having a purpose, and that purpose is to just really see that I'm making a difference. So sabi ni JM, just think about what you wanna do, what you feel like you need to do. So that's where we are at right now. So I'm still at home, which is good din kasi the entire year when everyone was in lockdown, we weren't really in lockdown. We were required to go to work. So maybe I'm taking this time to reflect and look for jobs that I will feel that is right for me. Hopefully, we get this figured out, and I'm very hopeful that we will. And also, we're just waiting for our permanent residency, which is, we're very grateful na we got to apply agad-agad. I think we were able to apply after a year of being here. We're really praying for that. Ang dami ko lang nasabi, but I guess Just to sum it up, I have a lot of learnings. More than the milestones, I cherish the learnings that I have. I learned to be stronger. I learned to work harder. Because if you really want something, there's nothing else to do but work hard for it and just push through every day. And also I learned to be kinder to myself. In all honesty, no better person to cheer you on than yourself. One thing that helped me out too was I stopped comparing my life with others, comparing myself with others. We all have our own timelines. Hindi tayo dapat sabay-sabay. So, what's the point of comparing yourself to other person's life? That just puts too much pressure on you, and too much pressure can also make it hard for you to achieve what you really want in life. I learned to be more grateful than ever, like the littlest things I am really grateful for, because that's one thing that will get you through hard times, to just think of at least one thing that you're grateful for the day, and that will really put things into perspective. And that's one thing that helped me. The reason that I really did this video more than a life update is to show you guys that I don't have life figured out. I'm just taking it day by day. I want to share the message that nothing is impossible as long as you put your heart and mind into it. And if you're nowhere near where you want to be, okay lang yun. Kasi sooner or later, you'll get there as long as you really work hard for it. I know there are gonna be a lot of challenges that are gonna come because life is not perfect, but I think moving out of my comfort zone really made me stronger. That's why I'm more equipped to face life's challenges, to be open to changes too, because change can be a beautiful thing as well. I guess that's it for my get ready with me video and my life update. I hope you guys got something from it, and if not, I'm sorry. It's my first time to do it. I was distracted of putting stuff on my face. If you have any questions or you just wanna talk about things, I'm always up for that. You can always message me. I have all the time in the world. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!